prep time! It's time to bounty prep. Let's get a couple questions out of the way. Skarrow, this is dumb, then don't do it. Not really a question, but good try. 2, Skarrow, you're gonna rush through the content and level up and then complain when there's nothing to do. Please link me down below one time I have ever done that. 3, Skarrow, why should I bounty prep? Or should I bounty prep? Now that's the first good question you guys have asked. Let's address that. So I truly believe the only time or the only reason that you should bounty prep is if you are very seriously going for a contest mode completion of the new raid. The artifact power no longer matters because of contest mode, of course, and you will, like, you're always above contest mode. Bungie makes it very accessible nowadays. The only reason that you bounty prep is to get to like season pass level like 40 or 41, somewhere in there, to unlock every single artifact mod that you can. Because these artifact mods are game changing. Particle reconstruction made Sunder Doctrine a joke. Flashover made Sunder Doctrine a joke. Dreadful Finisher, very good as well. Volatile Marksman, I think was disabled, but would have made Sunder Doctrine a joke. These are very important mods to have, and they make your life a lot easier. We, of course, do not know what the artifact has in Edge of Fate yet, but pretty much for every single dungeon and raid release for the past 2 years, the artifact has made a big difference. So I would recommend only doing it if you are seriously going for a day 1 completion. But as always, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You can hold a ton of bounties. You can hold up to 63. I recommend holding 60. And all of these questions, like a lot of questions I don't go over, this is the spreadsheet that I'll link down below. There's a weekly bounty tab to track on all of your characters. There's a daily bounty tab to track all of your characters. There's a common questions tab that I haven't updated in a while, but I will continue to update as there are questions down in the comment section. And then there's an update log that this also carries over through all of the previous versions of the spreadsheet as well. You can hold 63 total bounties. So if you go to your quest tab, you can hold 63 bounties and quests. So you can see it says I have 3 out of 63. That's because I have 2 bounties and 1 quest. Get rid of as many quests as you can, like delete everything that you can. I obviously can't get rid of that one. I also recommend only going until that number says like 60 or 61, meaning save like 2 or 3 open slots for new like expansion quests or seasonal quests, because sometimes if you don't have room for those quests and you get them, then they disappear and you can't use them. So save a couple open slots just because spaghetti code and all of that. And then, as always, before you turn in your bounties, make sure you have the Blinding Light mod on your Ghost, and then make sure you're in a fire team, preferably with someone who's already leveled up their season pass a little bit. That way you can get these small fire team XP boosts as well from the very beginning of the season pass. Like, they're pretty early on where you get a lot of these, so make sure you're in a fire team with someone who has those, your boots on the ground. Yeah, so not a ton has changed. Once again, you have your weekly bounties, you have your daily bounties. Weekly bounties give you 12,000 XP a pop. Daily bounties give you 6,000. Repeatable only give 3,000. Never do repeatables. Complete waste of space and time. Fill up with weeklies as much as you can, then subsidize or fill up the rest with daily bounties, and then just go from there. Let's talk about all of the weekly bounties. Not a lot has changed. Very little has changed, in fact. And mostly on the daily bounty front from my last video. Excuse me. So, for instance, Varix still has 4 weekly bounties, 1 static, 3 that rotate on a weekly basis. So you need 3 weeks to do all of Varix bounties. That's why I always put this video out 6 weeks in advance, because, for instance, the Petra bounties, there are 6 Ascended Challenge bounties, and you need 6 weeks to do them. So I try to give people time to do that. Cosmodrome Shahan has 2 bounties here that are the easiest things in the game. They take 10 seconds to do. The Moon has 4 bounties, 2 at Eris and 2 at the Lectern. You can do those at any time. Star Horse has a weekly bounty that you can do. And then Nimbus at Niamuna also has a weekly bounty. Now, the hardest weekly bounties and the most annoying and the ones that most people skip are the ones from Hawthorne, because she has like 10 of them, and some of them rotate, some of them don't. So for instance, like I believe this raiding party one and the dungeon diving potentially are like always there. These ones rotate between like Gambit or Crucible. The seasonal one I think also rotates. It might just be between the 2 season bounties. I'm not really sure, but she has a ton of bounties. Some of them are super annoying. Complete 10 Gambit matches with clanmates. So if you want to do this on all 3 characters, that's 30. So I would just start like whittling away at that if you really want it. If not, like 1 miss bounty isn't going to be that big of a deal. These ones, there are 2 seasonal bounties. Season Slayer, which is to get kills and seasonal content. And 'Tis the Season, complete seasonal activities with your clanmates. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Then you have dailies. Just fill the rest with dailies. The only specific dailies I have are the gunsmith dailies. I'd save 8 of these because every milestone you complete gives you 12,000 XP as well. So the same amount as a weekly bounty. And so if you save 8 bounties, when you turn these in, you will get essentially also the XP equivalent of an additional weekly bounty as well once Edge of Fate drops. So I recommend, stacking up bounties for vendors that have those things, which I believe is actually just the gunsmith at this point. So other than that, not too many XP tips. Make sure you do your milestones or your seasonal challenges. If those are still around, we have no idea. But if they are, make sure you do them once Edge of Fate launches. And then the last thing I will say is also every time you level up a vendor, you get 4,000 XP. So like I'm at rank 9 here with Rahul. And then you can see I'm at 740,000 XP there, 1,740,000 XP. So if I say like turn in a couple of exotic engrams, bam, it should just take like 1 or 4 to level them up. See, I leveled them up. I actually ended up getting around 9,000 XP there due to XP bonuses and stuff. But you get a ton of XP. So what that means is if you hoard a bunch of exotic engrams, which you can very easily get from the season pass, by the way, like I'm sure a lot of us have exotic engrams just all throughout this. So I would recommend just like shoving them on your characters, holding them there, and then getting fast reputation at Rahul. And then that will also get you closer to a full reset on Rahul, which will get you closer to the ability to focus any new exotics that might exist. So that is just an extra tip that I like to do. Other than that, not much has changed. Pretty straightforward. Spreadsheet link down below. If you're excited for Edge of Fate, leave a comment down below saying, let's go, Edge of Fate, yeah. And subscribe. And yeah, everyone, have a great day. I'll see you very soon.